Wes, Fabio, we are in the blue corner in your gym here where you're getting ready to take on Joseph Parker on October 25th. How much are you looking forward to getting back into the ring?
Yeah, look, huge fight, huge occasion. I love the O2 Arena as well. Fantastic venue for boxing. It's a proper cauldron. Once you get 20,000 odd fans in there, they're all on top of each other, and a big fight like we've got on the night. It's everything you need for something dramatic.
And for you, Wes, talking of big occasions, there's been plenty at Portman Road, and we're very much looking forward to seeing you cross that white line again. How far away are you from being able to get back onto that pitch?
Without giving an exact date, because, you know, with injuries and stuff, like there's always setbacks and whatnot. But I think I'm in the final weeks now rather than months, which is good.
How do you feel when you cross that white line in the stadium of Portman Road with those fans?
It's such a hard, you'll probably know as well, you know, when you step out in front of so many people, and obviously the pressure's on, people want, like, you want to do well, like you want to like do your family proud and stuff, and I don't know, it's such a mad feeling, like all the emotions that run through your body, like pre-game and stuff, like the fans are singing, they want you all to do well, they want the team to win and stuff. But yeah, that sort of surge of adrenaline before the game it's, if you could bottle it up and sell it, you'd be a millionaire.
On the topic of adrenaline, you must have had that so much when you walked out in front of your home crowd in your last fight against Justice Hooney at Portman Road. Wes said it there, you could bottle up that feeling. What was it like when you stepped out for your walkout?
Yeah, for me it was a crazy feeling, because especially as well on that night in particular, obviously the weather wasn't playing ball. It was a bit rainy. It was a kind of dark, stormy night, whichever. So I didn't go out at all before the fight. I didn't see kind of the build-up of fans and how things were going to be. So I got the full impact of everything once I did my ring walk, and just stepping up onto that stage, the lights, cameras, action, the pyros were going off, and just looking out into that sea of people was, yeah, it was special, really special.
How much of an extra advantage did you think that gave you on the night, or did it add more pressure?
It did both. It did both. It's a funny one because you have to learn to manage that in a sense, especially in a boxing match, in a fight. You can use the crowd to G you on, get you through maybe tough moments, but the same way they can do that, obviously, when you're getting ahead or you're getting on top, they're obviously cheering, roaring, getting behind you. And sometimes I've had it in fights before where I've almost let that get the better of me. I've let them like make me throw some more punches or get myself involved in maybe a situation or engagement I shouldn't be in, when I should have played a bit more calm, whatever. But I love the emotion that like everything goes into it, and you just like, oh yeah, go get stuck in. So yeah, don't get me wrong, it's fantastic, but one you kind of learn as an athlete to manage.
Do you get that as well?
No,
when you're playing 100%. In front of a big crowd, you feel that extra energy. You may put it into a tackle.
Yeah, no, 100%. And the same thing, you can get carried away in the sense of that they want you to do a little bit more, but then you have to remember, like, oh, I've got 90 minutes to last here. Like, can't gas out in the first half. So I do kind of get what you're saying there.
And on that night, you produced one of the best knockouts I've seen in boxing. When you threw that punch, did you know you had him in trouble?
Yeah, there's something about when you deliver, when you land a good punch, a knockout punch or whatever, just a heavy punch, but it feels so smooth. It almost feels like you actually didn't hit anything. You connect all the way through. Like everything in your body just moves as it should. You hit the moment on the spot, and it just feels so smooth. And I hit him, and I was like, okay, because the way I threw the punch, I didn't see him go down initially, but I knew by the felt I felt from my hand, I was like, this has done damage. So either he's still there and I need to keep going, or he's not. It's one or the other. But I knew I'd hit the button there.
You know what I'm going to say?
Yeah.
For you,
no,
don't
it's
you?
exactly the same.
Like when you hit that Travella.
No, it's
did
like
you know
as soon as I hit it, I was like, that's going in.
Yeah,
like,
it's sweet and smooth, isn't it?
Yeah, you just know. And like you said, like that feeling of like, you don't feel like you've actually hit the ball. It's just like everything is so smooth and sweet about it, and you just know from the moment you land it or hit it. Yeah.
What goes through your mind when you produce something so spectacular in front of a crowd that absolutely adore you?
I think you can actually tell by my celebration on that one. I was like, oh my God, have I actually just done that? And then I was like, how do I celebrate? I think I did about 5 celebrations in one. It was wild. But yeah, it's. I even watched it back on the big screen as well during the game, and I was like, oh my God, I've actually just done that. And in my head at the time, I was like, that could win goal of the month. And I was like, yeah.
Goal of the month, goal of the season.
Yeah, so yeah, it was it's it's an amazing feeling to be fair.
Fabio, we've had plenty of special nights and days at Portman Road. Most recently, the East Anglian Derby. How much did you enjoy that occasion?
Yeah, look, it was special across the board for so many reasons, but to get there, watch it all happen, watch it all unfold in front of you, see the team gel, click so well, and it just all them hit all the right notes on the day on such an occasion which is big. And like you were saying about my fight at Portman Road, it has a lot of pressure. We know kind of the 16 years that were looming over us before, and all of that pressures like Wes and all the players have to take into the game, and you have to learn to manage that. But they did that so well on the day and absolutely smashed it.
How much did Jayden Philogene talk about that goal in training the week after? Because again, we talk about special moments.
Yeah.
When he hit that on his left foot.
Yeah, I know. It's outrageous really when you think about it. A weak foot from like 40 yards is nuts. But to be fair, Jayden's a man of very few words, so he was like, yeah, that's Jayden. yeah, that's Jayden, to be fair. But yeah, like you say, to deliver it on such a big occasion is wild.
It's always nice to get one over your rivals as well, isn't it, Fabio?
Yeah, that's the one. Like having it on the record, knowing it's there, you got it in the tuck, and it's used as ammo to use against them at future dates is always one to have it tucked away.
The club's motto, running towards adversity, is plastered everywhere on the stadium, but that is something that you literally do every time you step inside the ring. How much do those words mean to you?
Yeah, look, they mean everything. I think I maybe take the motto a little bit too seriously with some of my fights and the way I go about my work sometimes. Kind of just running into punches and trying to steamroll through opponents. But look, it's something that I keep close to me in that sense, and I've taken on bigger challenges, bigger fights, bigger occasions, and that's all I look for. Like once we got through the fight at Portman Road, it was like, right, that was, don't get me wrong, it was special, memorable, it had all the emotions, but what's the next big thing? What's the next bit of adversity I can point myself towards? So yeah, it's something I use daily as well.
And that's something that you have to overcome as footballers, like your injury, challenge of the Premier League. What do those words mean to you and the rest of the squad?
I think we kind of, obviously, what Fab does is totally different to what we do. You know, he's going into a ring with someone that really wants to hurt him, whereas we're going into a football game. It's slightly different. But I think in the sense that we take it is that, like the travelling fans or the fans at home, is like they want to see us deliver, you know, good football. And like the bare minimum for us is you give everything and you die on the pitch, basically. But I don't mean die literally, I mean as in from exhaustion. So it's like that's the bare minimum for us. So I think like when stuff doesn't go right and, you know, whatever hits the fan, like they just expect us to keep going no matter what, no matter the scoreline, always give 100%.
And the fans are truly incredible. They have been there every step of the way, from your fighting to being on the pitch with you guys at the end when we got promoted to the Premier League. Just how special are they?
No, they're incredible. Obviously, I've played against Ipswich for other teams, and obviously we can all talk about the times before, you know, the big changeover happened where there wasn't so many people in the stadium and stuff. But from day one that I've arrived, honestly, they've been incredible, and I've obviously received a lot of love from the fans since I've been here, which is for me amazing. But yeah, can't thank them enough, really.
I don't know what's in the water here in Ipswich, but we've got a global superstar on the music stage. We've got a fantastic football team, and we've got you flying the flag in boxing. Do you feel that pressure of being a role model to so many young people?
Yeah, I guess I could look at it as a pressure or a privilege in a sense for me, especially being homegrown from Ipswich and being able to just take boxing, a sport I love, and take it to the world stage, but also with the backing of my hometown, my home club, and everyone behind me and support me across my journey as well. It's more so nice to be like, actually, you know what? On two sides of it, I was able to bring boxing back to Ipswich for those that had been supporting me for many years. And obviously, whenever I fight across the world, Saudi, in England, wherever it is, I'm wearing Ipswich Town on my shorts as well, and then taking my club with me wherever I'm going. So I'm covering both bases. And it's just, for me, it's a massive privilege.
The trajectory of the football club sort of mirrors yours in boxing as well. League One to the Premier League. When you signed for the club, did you expect that you would be wearing a Premier League jersey so quickly?
To be fair, no. But obviously I knew the club had massive ambitions when I signed. Obviously the main goal when I signed was like, let's get our League One and let's establish ourselves as a good championship outfit. And then for obviously us to go, you know, League One champ to Prem, I was like, flipping out, we've done that pretty quick. But yeah, I was kind of like, when my part of the club, I thought, okay, I might, lay the paving stones for those to take us on for like the years to come. But yeah, I've obviously been very fortunate to be part of an incredible setup, an incredible team that got us back to back.
And for you, Fabio, did you think you would be one knockout punch away from a potential huge blockbuster against someone like Alexander Usyk?
Yeah, especially not at the beginning of my career, especially not when I started. When I got into professional boxing, I was just happy to be here. I was just happy to be a part of the game and happy to be competing. And things have just progressed and just got bigger and bigger and bigger. And like you say, they have kind of mirrored alongside the club as my career has grown. The club has just kicked on to newer and newer heights, and obviously getting themselves back in the top flight with the Prem and where I am with my career and stuff as well. They shoulder to shoulder along each other, it was fantastic, to be honest, because me doing well and then shoulder to shoulder with the club, with Wes and the boys and things, and everyone just looking to your left and right and seeing everyone doing so well. It was such a good vibe and good emotion.
And on October 25th, you are fighting Joseph Parker, which is your next challenge, a big one. How much are you looking forward to putting on a show for the support that you'll have at the O2 as well? Yeah,
again, them travelling fans, football fans, boxing fans, whatever, they always, whenever I fight at the O2, it is my favourite venue to have a boxing match at, because they always turn up, and the roar of the crowd there, the emotion there is something special. But I've got a big challenge ahead of me in Joseph Parker, number 2, maybe number 3 in the world, however you want to call it, but he's one of the top flights in the division, so a big challenge nonetheless, but one I'm more than capable of taking on.
We talk about that away sport in boxing. We've seen it umpteen times with Town, even at that Blackburn game when the rain was pouring.
Yeah.
They had their shirts off, having a great time. How much do you and the players feed off that energy, especially when you're away from home?
Now, to be fair, the away following is probably one of the best in the league, for sure. So like a lot of away games feel like home games because the crowd's so good. But yeah, we obviously as a team, you feed off it all the time, and you always want to give your best because they do so well for us. So it's like, they give, we give, and it's kind of a good relationship, really.
And this man is fighting next week. How do you see it going?
Obviously he's going to win. He's obviously the highest knockout rate in the division or whatever it is.
Yeah, 95%.
Yeah, here we are.
And how much have you enjoyed watching these boys perform on the pitch week in, week out?
Yeah, it's been great because, again, for me as well as a football fan, I get to watch them every week. With me, it's a bit, my fights and things are a bit more drawn out. It's every 1, 2, 3 times a year, something like that. Whereas this, I get to tune in every week and watch the boys do their thing. So yeah, look, it's been fantastic to watch their rise, watch them all shoulder to shoulder, looking out for each other and kicking on and doing great things.
And what do you think makes Ipswich, the town in general, so special?
I think the one staple of it is the support of their own. Of look, whether you come to the club, how much we take you under our wing and say, look, you're one of us now, you're one of the boys, and we look after you. Or you're like me, you're homegrown, born and bred here, and no matter what sport you're in, what you're doing, if you're achieving, flying the flag for where you're from, where they're all behind you and supporting you, whether you're travelling up and down the country to box or play football, whichever it is. But we like to get behind our own.
Wes?
No, I can echo that, to be fair. Like you said, I'm not Freeman, I'm a Cardiff boy, but from day one that I arrived here, it literally feels like that's how the the community of Ipswich takes you. It's like, okay, you play for Ipswich now, you're one of us. And obviously my little boy was born here as well, so he's going to be a tractor boy for life. So yeah, it's obviously going to have a big part to play in my life now.
Well, Wes, we can't wait to see you back on the pitch
Thank
at
you.
Portman Road. Fabio, we can't wait to see you perform once again and represent this fantastic football club. Over 15,000 tickets have already been sold, but there are still some available. So Blues fans, go and support one of our own, the super Fabio Wardley. Gentlemen, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Cheers, mate.